What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? All right, so this is Hang Out with your Kang Out, episode 2. Got a bunch of people sent invites to. If you want to jump in, let me know. We're talking about whatever, anything and everything, movies, TV shows, comics, anything you got that you want to show off, anything you're excited about, whatever it might be. I've already sent out some links, but just let me know. Beckerman, I tried to send you one and I can't find you on Instagram, which is weird because I've seen you and I'm pretty sure I saw you in my feed today, which makes no sense. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure this out now. Actually, my Instagram's kind of acting a little weird. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Wonder why it's doing that, huh? Might have to reload the Instagram because it's acting weird. That's unusual. But okay. First off, I want to say that I have hit 300 subscribers. 301, I believe, is where I'm at right now. And once I hit 310, I will be making an announcement for my 300 subscriber contest. So thank you to everyone who subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, hanging out, commenting, liking, any of that stuff. It's been great meeting everybody and having a good time hanging out and making a lot of new friends. And I really thoroughly enjoy it. That's why I do this. Gotta put myself out there if you want to have more stuff going on. Thank you to everybody who's congratulating me. So yeah, there's that. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this to act right. Yep, 301. So yeah, once I get to 310, spread the word, spread the love. We'll do a giveaway, all that good stuff. Boo to you too, TM. Is it Chris? I don't know. Let's go through and say hey to everybody in the chat because we got bunches of people in here. Let's see. What's up, Evils Comics? How are you doing, buddy? Let's see. B Max Breaks. Hey, a lot of people are busy. It's Saturday night. I would not be shocked if it's just me for a little while. And there is no time limit on this. You can come in and out, whatever you want to do. You want to jump in, jump out. That's fine. What's up, Phil? How are you doing? Comics Talk Weekly. Let's see who else we got in here. We have Cardboard Crazies. Chris, what's up, dude? How are you doing? Glenn, how are you doing? Had a great time last night. Low grades. Oh man, that was hilarious. Beckerman, like I said, let me know if you want to jump in. I know you were at a game. Don't know if the game is still going. What's up, Chris, the comic vet? Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for watching. Let's see here. Who else might we have? Scrolling down. What's up, my buddy Brad? Southpaw Brad. Hopefully we get to hang out tomorrow. Have a good time. Get into something, whether it be comics or whatnot. We'll figure that out tomorrow. Let's see. Anybody else scrolling through the chat? Chat just blinked. What is up, Marcus? How are you doing? It was great hanging out with you last night, dude, man. You were so awesome. K-pop. Hope your migraine gets better. Let's see. Who else? Beef It, what is up? How are you doing today? New Zealand, buddy. Beefaroni. Yeah, I seen he was at the Chiefs game. There might be Chiefs games like for y'all in the future. Bills fan. Green Bay sucks this year. At least their preseason. I'm pretty sure they lost today. I don't know. I didn't even look. I did see some clips and none of it looked good. And I know Aaron Rodgers has been complaining about the wide receivers. So, yeah, this might be interesting. I probably need to look and see if they won today, but I don't think they did. So, yeah. That is everybody in the chat. No, it's not. Trev. I miss Trev. What's up, Trev? How are you doing today? The Texans won their first 2 games. Oh, go Lions. Phil, you have fun with that. Did it really, Beckerman? Ooh, felt like someone was climbing on me. So I did check out She-Hulk last night, and I was lucky because I go into it with a clean slate. I don't know, like I just started collecting She-Hulk. I don't have any of the older issues, so it's all clean slate for me. It was all right. You can nitpick and stuff. Um, it was okay. I mean, yeah, there was certain stuff that even me knowing very little about She-Hulk didn't. Some of it didn't make any sense. I don't know the whole way the way it started and then it segued was kind of unusual, but it did break the fourth wall, and I do like that. So I was a fan of that. I don't really think there was anything that really took me out of it. I don't think there was anything that really made it bad. The CGI looked, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it looked bad. I just don't think it really I don't think that it really lived. I don't know. Something looked unusual about it. I don't think it was quality. I don't know. Just something looked off. It might. Is it like streaming in 4K or something? Is there something I don't know? That's another thing that's another thing that I did. I did 100%. Let me check my IG for Trev. Let's see. It's too late. There he is. Okay. I could have sworn. How am I not subbed to Becker? I thought, or not subbed, but like following. Well, Beckerman, I sent you a link. So if you want to jump on, you totally can do so. 100%. But yeah, that was another thing too. It was like, okay, I don't know a lot. I mean, I know it's comics. So like the first thing I thought was like, okay, when somebody told me the backstory, I was like, there's a physicist who's immediately doing blood transfusions. That's kind of weird, but whatever. But so she got some of, so like, yeah, she was just throwing him around like, is he weaker? Is he weaker when he's Smart Hulk or something? Like I don't know. I mean, you can. I don't know how well that's going to end for you. It's good, Phil. It's good. It was just that one thing where she was just smacking him around, and I was like, I mean, he's Hulk, right? Like you can, like I mean, he could literally like, because the way I was thinking is that like a little bit of his got in a little bit of hers. She wouldn't be full blown just as powerful, right? Like I mean, that's kind of the way that would work. I would be assuming. I don't know. What's up from Disneyland? Oh well, I'm glad I didn't send you one, JD, because I figured you were still moving. But now I definitely know that you are. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Never underestimate somebody. I know I look small, but I know for a fact, like, yeah, size don't mean jack. It helps, but doesn't always work. I know guys who are smaller than me that have taken down guys that are pretty big. So, well, we'll see. He hasn't got his mojo back yet. That might, maybe that might be it. I figured it was because he's smart. Okay, if he's Smart Hulk, you know. That maybe he's weaker. I was trying to rationalize it any way I could. That like he just couldn't. put his foot down. Like, I mean, if he puts his foot to the floor, then you know, he should be able to win that pretty easily. But at the same time, it was his cousin. You know, I know he probably wouldn't want to do the whole thing. He has gotten pretty good at controlling it, though, I'm assuming. Or is he like that all the time? Oh, low center of gravity. So maybe you got any training? You got any experience? MMA, martial arts. Lived in a rough neighborhood when you were a kid. Any experience whatsoever? We can. Well, I mean, see, that's another thing too. Everybody thinks that if two guys get into a fight, or two guys, you know, just want to see how it goes, that there's ill will involved. I can't tell you how many of my best friends we have literally gotten into it just to be like, you know, we're both in a bad mood. Let's blow some steam. Let's do some Fight Club stuff, and it's like actually ends up being, what the heck are those tassels? Trav, do you have tassels? What is it, Salem? So yeah, there was that. I watched it. It was good. It was good. I'm gonna keep watching it. It's not like I hated it so much that I was gonna. Yeah, that might have happened, Chris. There's 2 cats. There are now 2 cats. Oh, they live on those short boxes. Nerd fight. So yeah, I watched it. It was good. I'm gonna keep watching it, but there's a few things where I was like, It does seem like in a lot of these shows and a lot of these movies, it's like somebody gets into something that's new to them and they just figure it out. There's no learning curve whatsoever. And I don't know if Hollywood knows that it doesn't always work like that. Like, that would just mean that everybody who ever tried to do anything would immediately be awesome at it with no experience whatsoever. And I hate to tell people in Hollywood that it does not work like that. They should probably know that, because probably the first acting jobs or directing jobs or grip jobs or anything else jobs they've ever had, they should have not been amazing at it the first time they did it. There should be, like, show me a show where there's a learning curve. I want to watch some people lose so they can learn how to win. Like, because that to me, that's the way life works. I mean, some people are just naturally gifted at things, but what's up, Evil Mike?
Hold on, second right now. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. You're sounding good.
What's up, everybody?
Now, see, what's up? Talking about She-Hulk, start this thing off and got everybody all excited and wanting to see me and Travis fight now.
That's how it starts. You start talking about one thing, and then Travis starts to fight you.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. Have you seen it yet?
No, I still haven't watched it.
Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep watching it. It's not like I'm like all like, I hated it. It's horrible. Blah 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 blah. I mean, it's good. It was entertaining. Did seem like it ended really quickly though. It seemed like I started watching it and then 15 minutes later it was over, and I was like, that's it. That's like the first. Like, even had to look at my phone and be like, what time is it? When did I start this thing? It did go by pretty quick.
That's actually one thing I can say I don't like about modern TV. I don't like the whole dropping one episode at a time. At least give us 2 to start out with. Nowadays with the streaming stuff, it's like, I kind of like how Netflix and HBO does that, where they'll drop the whole show at one time. It's like, stop teasing us. Just give us the whole thing. It's there. Come on.
Yeah. You're already done with it. We know you're done with it. Like, Mike fights the loser.
I'll destroy him. It'd be quick.
What's up, Beckerman? I'm so upset with myself that I was already not following you on Instagram. I could have sworn I was following you on Instagram. And we lost it.
Sometimes it be like that though. There's a lot of people. It's like I could have swore I was following them, and you go check, and you're not, or you're like sometimes it's like I'm following a hashtag and not the actual person.
Well, yeah, circumstances agrees. Like binging the whole thing at one time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm good with like hey, at least give us like two to start off with, especially with the Marvel ones because Marvel's they're not even doing like full hour shows. They're doing like 38, 40 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
It's for me it's a little short.
Yeah, because I was literally like, I was getting into it. He'll be back. Probably had some technical difficulties. But yeah, I was getting into it, and then it was over. And I was like, that's it? it was good enough to where I was sad that it ended. Let's put it that way. It was good enough to where I was sad that it was ended. But yeah, it's what I like having more than two channels in color.
And also our computers aren't green and black, anymore. He's staring you out.
Yeah, Beckman was just staring me down. But yeah, it was good. I can't wait to see what are they doing. Dropping one a week? Is that the way we're going to do it? Just like it's like regular television.
That's how they've been doing all Marvel, except for like a couple shows, and the only reason we got like 2 episodes from those shows is because they got pushed back or something like that. So they were trying to appease the audience or whatever. But no, most of them are dropped like 1 episode at a time. There's only like a couple companies that are doing that. Most every company, like I think Paramount's doing that. I think Amazon was doing that, and I think Disney. But sometimes Disney has popped off with what's up, big. Sometimes Marvel has dropped like the I Am Groot. We got all 5, but I mean it was only like 15 minutes of TV. Technically it was like 3 minutes and 30 of them, or 4 minutes an episode. Like 20 minutes basically.
What?
You still have dial-up?
Are you still have it, or you still okay? Now he's moving. I seen you smile, Becker, man. I know you're ready.
All right.
You was trying to get me.
My laptop is seen better days.
My first YouTube channel, laptop with a built-in camera, so I feel your pain. I've been there, done that.
Is that why? Because I used the built-in. I have a camera, but that thing sucked worse than this.
Well, it just depends. What did I have? I had a Dell.
I think I just need a better laptop.
Maybe. What are you using?
I'm not.
Chromebook?
No. Acer?
No. HP.
Acer. Oh, HP?
Book.
Shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. So when you say we still have dial-up in Canada, is that your only option, TM, is dial-up? Or you guys just still have that availability? Because that's, wow. We got 19 people.
Yeah, if they're still rocking like T3 and AOL, they're still passing around those free discs. Hey, sign up for AOL. Like, that would trip me out.
The 1,000 minutes. Oh man.
I'm waiting for Travis to respond. Like, come on, Travis, don't keep us in.
Oh shit.
What's up, Calvin?
How's it going, boys? I'm just here to hijack this in the name of the mighty Buffalo Bills and Bills Mafia. No, I'm kidding.
I will say this: they're for me. They're being a Packer fan. They're still. I'm still got faith in them. They were so close last year, and I think Josh Allen's great. He's going to do nothing but get better.
Yeah. No, all seriousness though, I just wanted to come on and say congratulations for your nom on best hair. And apparently I was like 6th in nomination for best hands. So the little gimmick that I have. But yeah, I just want to come on and just say that, man. That could be the best category ever.
And congratulations to your 20 nominations last night.
Oh no, it was No, I
He's in
just
every
piggybacked
category.
off everyone else. Like piggybacked off Rob, piggybacked off Mark. Yeah. No, but yeah, thanks though. Yeah, it was and the thing is, like, because I start at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was dead asleep when that happened anyway. So I woke up to like my text messages and or pardon me, inbox flooding on Instagram saying, "Hey, you better go check this out." So I did. But yeah. Anyways, Mike, did you go to the game today?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if those were pictures from previous.
No, it was this one.
Who
Okay.
they play?
Probably
Did they
gonna
win?
go. I'll go Thursday too, and then I've got Raiders, Bills on my birthday weekend, and Seahawks and Broncos this year.
Very good.
I'll
All right,
tell
man.
you what, AFC West is going to be pretty stout. But I mean, it's sports. You never just be like, oh, we're definitely going to win.
Yeah, you're one bad offensive lineman play away from your season being over.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I would have put money on Green Bay last year, and you saw how that worked out. Like, I was at work screaming at my phone, kick the ball, and then they lost by 3 points, and I was like, see, I told you, kick the ball. Like, I have faith in the man too, but he's not gonna gunsling his way out of everything. Kick the ball. If you're 40 yards away, kick it. Kick it. Don't you're on 4th down, kick it. Go for it. Get those 3 points.
All right. Well, thanks for dropping the link, man. I always wanted to swing by and just say hello. Anyways, guys, have a good night. For the record, everyone that's watching, I thought She-Hulk was okay. I give it like 3.5 Maple Leafs out of 5.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Anyway. All right, guys, have a good night.
Take it easy, Chris.
Go Bills.
See you, Chris.
My original She-Hulk score was 3.2 out of 5 stars, but I'm up to a 3.4 now. I like it.
It was good. It makes me want to watch the next episode, but
yeah, I'll watch the next one.
Chop and drop in the house.
But yeah, man, I was all blowed up, laying in bed, like all tired from like why. I mean, you wouldn't know it to look at me, but I'm actually not in that great of shape. So like all the parking lot walking and stuff, like really, and then like the hot sun beating down on you, like I got beat up a little bit. But you were like, "Come on!" and you sent me that link and everything, and I didn't know we didn't follow each other on Instagram. So,
dude, I had no idea.
Like hey, there he is.
There's my guy.
What's
and
up?
So, like an '80s wrestler, I like started like I put my hand up in the air and I started doing like the Hulkamania, like pump up. So I'm laying in bed and I like threw myself out and I came in here and came on. So I rallied for you.
Nice.
No holds barred, son.
What's up, Rob? How are you doing? Rob, let me know if you want to come in and I'll shoot you a link real quick.
Uh-oh. I thought this was, I mean, you should you be friendly to the competition like that? It's time to go.
After looking at the competition, I will just say I would like to thank everybody for the nominations. I appreciate y'all thinking about me.
I do take partial credit for your nomination.
You should get a lot of credit for my nomination.
I started off the campaign. I was excited. I got my comic book dad Lorenzo in for best review. He's going up against Evil Mike in best reviewer category.
I know
that's a great one.
Him and I got some good comments.
Robbie is the heavyweight in that category for sure. I'm excited to see how it goes.
I'm excited for it.
Mike, you're laggy as hell, bro.
Even campaigning. Am I? Am I doing the voice?
Evil Mike, the remix.
Like actually. Mm-hmm.
It's like Mike's head. Biggie Shack in the hizzy. What up, dog?
Yeah, he is.
But I told Biggie I'm gonna go back and watch the Biggie. I'm gonna go back and watch the battle between you and Tyler. And if I feel like you won, I'm gonna start a campaign for you, bro. I'm gonna take your side in this fight, bro. Hashtag Tyler sucks, everybody.
Oh, I need that clip. I'll message Lee and get him to send it to me. Yeah. So have you seen She-Hulk yet, Marcus?
No, I don't like to watch week to week like that. It's hard because you guys like to spoil these things, but I like to watch it all together rather than week to week. What are you rolling your eyes for, Becky? You want a piece
You
of
always
this?
have to be difficult.
You want a piece of this, bro?
I don't
Dude,
want
I'll
a
come
piece.
over
I
your
want the
house.
whole thing, man.
Oh,
We're gonna
come
have
over
a
to your
Kansas
house.
City. We're gonna have a Kansas City showdown, man.
I'll come over to your house right now, bro. Let's go.
What's
I'll
up,
meet
How
you
big-
halfway. What's
how
halfway
big a boy
between
are
Lee
ya?
Summit and Miriam?
I don't know. Too far, actually. Never mind. I'm old.
Yeah, I literally needed to pump myself up to roll out of bed, so I'm talking a big game right now.
Hey, Southpaw Brett, can we talk about your love life? Can I get the scoop on that?
I would like to hear about it.
I knew it was coming. I knew as soon as it came on, that was going to be the first words out of your mouth.
Can I talk about your love life? Can we do it? How did it go? I heard you. Was this the second date or was this further along than the second date?
Second date.
Oh, and how did it go? Would you say?
Had a good time. Yeah. Enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Marcus is the best.
I need to enlist the services of Circumstances dating agency.
Yeah, you're in the wrong career, brother.
Am I the
Ty
Will
Locke.
Smith and Hitch?
Wingman / hype man / I don't even know if you remember most of the stuff you did.
I remember. I remember all of it, bro.
It was part of his plan. He had everything planned out.
No.
It was all.
No, I was super drunk, but I'm not the kind of drunk that forgets. I am fully conscious and aware the entire time. So yes, I remember it all. Ask her. Does her friend ever ask about me? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, she does. They both do. Yeah, they're
all right. See, I made an impression.
My buddy. So you remember my buddy? She asked me last. She was like, "How's Marcus doing?" So
we had a good time.
Yeah,
I liked that bar. We were in a good spot. Charlotte was dope. Go to Heroes Con. I'll be back next year. I'll sell whatever I have to sell to be back at Heroes Con
for sure.
It was
Yeah,
a blast.
Beat it, Chop. What's up? TM nerd.
Look at this chat, man. This chat is hitting tonight.
Popping, man. It's popping.
On fire, man.
Who knew that Tylox had it going like this? What's up?
I didn't.
I'm telling you, some of these channels have some nice pop. You know, Brad has nice pop for having just over 100 subs. You got nice pop for 300 subs. You know, it ain't the subs, it's who's watching, man. It really is.
Biggie. Oh my God.
Well, let me know, Biggie. I'll let you know, man. Hit me up. I've had a thing.
That's a backstage hangout conversation.
As Tylox and Beckerman can vouch for, I've had and Brad actually, all three of the people on the panel can vouch that I have had the thing for telling men I think they're good looking lately. So, because all three of you have three separate instances of me telling a man they look good. Yeah, so I'm having a midlife crisis, guys. No big deal.
Be all right. So yeah, let's see. All right, She-Hulk, 300 subs. That's about it. Brad, have you seen She-Hulk yet?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, I like it.
What would you rate it? What would you rate it out of 10? Let's get yours, because I think me and Becker met.
Actual Dracula knows what I'm talking about. What up, homie?
So good last night.
Glenn, no, don't do it, Glenn. No.
How late did you guys go last night?
3 hours.
What time? Yeah.
And
it was fun.
An hour
late. I had a good time.
What's up, Trey?
We got to talk about acetate gate, which I know everybody's sick of it, but I still love laughing at it.
I was in that line and I'm sick of it.
It is funny. It's still funny as hell to me, man. I have such a good time with it. I had a meme for it today. I was like, all right, no, I've done enough acetate gate memes. Let's stop with that. Right. So
I've never known you to neglect beating a dead horse.
What's up, free energy? How are you doing, buddy? Doom crew in the house.
What up, homie?
Brad, what did you think? What would you rate it out of 10?
Now, hold on. We got everybody here. Everybody's got a different scale. Like Beckerman's
5
got
star.
top. He has 5 out of 5. What Tylox? What was yours out of 5?
I give it 8 out of 10.
8
Maybe
out of 10.
7.5, but 7.5.
So
8
that's
out of
4
10.
out of 5.
Huh?
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 for you?
No, I'm saying that's what yours is. I asked you out of 5 stars,
pretty
and you
much
said
4
8
out
out
of
of 10. So.
Yeah. We'll scale it now.
And
So 4 out of
Beckerman
5.
was
I was
3.4.
I initially went 3.2, and then I've upgraded to a 3.4.
So you
So
pressed
what
it
was
and got a
the
great
two
ball.
additional? What was the increase due to?
I thought about it.
What's up, Phil? How are you doing? I got 2 Phils. 2 Phils don't make a right.
You know, I'm usually against the whole oh my God, men are under attack kind of vibe that you get in this country sometimes. But based on what you're describing with She-Hulk throwing Hulk around, that definitely don't sound right to me, man. That definitely sounds off.
Yeah, and like I said before, I'm new to She-Hulk, so but just in my mind, I'm not a physicist or a doctor or anything like that. You know, it would have made sense that she wouldn't be able to just, and he just goes like.
Isn't that the weakest version of Hulk?
That's
Isn't
what I was
Smart
thinking.
Hulk the
Because I don't
weakest
know a lot
version
about
of Hulk?
Hulk either, so I'm thinking.
Well, I
Smart
would have
Hulk wouldn't.
thought
wouldn't he,
Joe
like,
Fixit. Joe Fixit is the weakest version of Hulk.
That makes sense.
We've never gotten a Joe Fixit Hulk on the
All right.
screen.
What's up, Ken?
Maybe this is him. We just don't know it.
I'd
Maybe.
love it. I like my Hulk in the mob.
That would be pretty interesting. I liked it. I'd say 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought it was
it
good.
was good.
It's hard to judge these
Oh,
things
Chilla, what's
episode at a
up?
time.
Yeah, it is, and it's tough. Oh, that's sick.
Oh, that is nice.
Who did that?
Oh. Brent Schoonover.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's a wall to be jealous of right there, man. Look at Beckerman's wall, dude. That is.
It's all
Oh,
new
man.
Warriors. Nobody's jealous of that.
I finished Beckerman's book. Beckerman
you?
is actually in this book. He has a cameo in there. He's a crazy old head man. It's a man that's just a head,
Yeah,
basically.
a zombie head
Yeah.
that used to be a guild master.
But this is by Philip Kennedy Johnson, Beckerman's homie, and man, Riccardo Federici on the art in here. Like I told Beckerman, it took me a minute to get going on it, but once I did, I finished it in like 3 days. I went through this thing, man. It was fun.
Is that the one?
I hope that he
wrote
does more.
Is that the one he wrote the inscription on? Because
Yes.
that was one of his comps from DC. Sent him that, and then he sent it to me.
For Becker, there you go.
Oh yeah, no. So there's
Mr.
another one
Special
that
guy. Mr. Name Dropper over here.
you brought it up, Dick.
Yeah, I know. Just so I could do that.
Forewarning, Tylots. Basically, anytime somebody puts Marcus and I together, we're just gonna bicker.
That's fine. That's fine.
We're going to wrestling next weekend.
Nice.
Local wrestling event. It's going
You
to be
guys have
fun.
been doing
But y'all have already done that, right?
Yeah.
This will be our second one. Yeah.
Nice.
Although Beckerman, I'm sorry, Beckerman, I have to work that weekend, unfortunately. But I'm still going to rock and roll that night, though. But I do have to get up early as fuck that weekend.
Arn Anderson's going to be there. Old
fantastic.
Double A.
How about that?
I remember him when he was, he wasn't one of the 4 horsemen, but he
Yeah,
was
he
homies
was.
with them. Oh, was he one of
No,
them?
he was a 4 horseman.
Who?
Arn
Arn
Anderson.
Anderson.
Oh yeah, Arn. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Arn's going to be at the show we're going to next week.
Oh.
Why is he there? Isn't he in
His son's wrestling.
Oh. Okay.
So
Of
one
course.
one of the guys that's affiliated with the promotion is Ace Steel, Chicago wrestler. Was one of the trainers of CM Punk. Well, anyway, he got jumped at the show we went to last, so now he's bringing a tag team partner with him, Brock Anderson, and then Brock's bringing his dad with him to watch their backs. So the Enforcer will be there.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
What's the
I
venue
was always a huge Flair fan, but Arn, I really, really liked Arn. Arn was like the no frills, tough guy of the group. Like, I mean, he hit you with that double A spine buster, and it was usually over, except the time he did it twice to Hogan, and Hogan just popped right back up.
Arn's actually what led to me finally have my last glass shatter moment with wrestling. Is I was pretty convinced it wasn't like it's all, that it was a work, And then the NWO kidnapped Double A on Nitro, and they showed back up 2 nights later on Thunder with him in the trunk of their car. And I was like, this is interstate kidnapping. You can't do that.
Yeah,
I finally put it together.
after they were having beers together after the match. I'm
Right.
sure.
The venue is it in the same spot, actually? Becker? The wrestling match, is it in the same place?
Yeah. That weird ass ballroom.
It's people watching galore, my friend. People watching is
It's in a ballroom, just like fold out chairs all around the ring.
Yes.
All right.
With bars on the side, or with a bar on the side, with some cheese.
That sounds so ECW.
Do you get beer in a can or beer in a cup? Like, how are they doing the?
I was drinking mixed drinks, but I was all these little plastic cups. I never got a beer, actually.
And there's 2 entrances, one for men and one for women. It's like an old ballroom dancing club. And so when you walk in, there's like one side says Kings and the other side says Queens.
And there's this couple that Becker and I are very much looking forward to seeing again, because I have no doubt.
I hope they'll be there.
There's no way they won't be there. You saw how they were. They were regulars.
They basically share like 5 teeth.
They were like, I told Becker, I was like, the whole time I was watching this, I wanted to see them break character. I wanted them to just break character and be like, we're having a good time. But no, they never broke character. They were there to fight the heels, every single one of them, and they were serious about it.
They were mad.
And I couldn't stop watching.
Taking it personal. I'm pretty sure the old girl had like her entire life belongings in a Walmart bag with her.
It was crazy.
She had a lot of weird random items in that bag.
They came to yell at heels, man. It was fun. I came to cheer for the heels.
I remember seeing little old ladies. Yeah, they took all that stuff serious when they went to
serious.
No, I remember
a little old lady stabbed Roddy Piper. A little old lady stabbed who was it? Larry Zbyszko. A little old lady tried to shoot who is it? Hacksaw Jim Duggan. For some reason, all these famous stories of wrestlers getting like.
I'm scared. I'm scared of these people now.
Do you ever listen to Jim Cornette?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like his 70s stories of coming up like in the late 70s, early 80s in the Mid-South territory, working in the Deep South with Midnight Express. He was their manager, and they tarred and feathered that one baby face. And like Jim's car, like all the windows were busted out. They ran him out of town. They were like, boy, you're going to get out of here. We're going to do something about you. We saw what you did to that boy. And like he had to run. Like the reason he carried that tennis racket was for protection. That's how that gimmick started.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Nash has a story where like when he was just breaking in, somebody jumped Corny and Corny bladed the guy with the tennis racket, like just caved it in on dude's face. And like the whole arena was like coming after him. And they told Kevin Nash, let's go, all hands on deck. You got to go save Jim Cornette.
Yeah, and it was funny because Kevin Nash they said, all right, and somebody walked past him on their way out the curtain, and they patted him on the back, and they said, all right, big man, time to keep your make your worth. And he was like, we're going out there for real? And he was like, yup, come on. And they were like, and he was like, oh my God. So he's out there just like 7 foot tall, just sticking
pancaking people.
Having to say,
I remember one with Triple H saving, was it Steve Austin? The dude jumped Steve. I think it was Steve Austin.
Yeah,
Triple H buries this dude, just buries this man.
Yeah. There was somebody who went after what's Vince's Linda McMahon. Somebody went after Linda McMahon one time, and Triple H had like buried the dude too. He just speared him. I mean, it was double leg takedown as all get out. Like it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen because this dude had no chance. And somebody was interviewing Jim Cornette, and they said now they tell the wrestlers if somebody jumps in the ring, you're to do this and just try to back away from them. And Cornette's like, yeah, I would have never made it. Me and the Midnight Express would have never made it because we would have been sued by everyone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I remember
different
when
era.
I was in when I was in college.
Sheena.
We went to this bar. It's called Shangri-La. Their advertisement on the radio was Shangri-La, the club with the surprise inside. And the surprise was you go in and there's live music and people dancing and stuff. You go upstairs and it's a strip club.
Yeah.
So we were standing at the rail watching that was the surprise. So we're standing at the rail watching the band, and these two guys walk over. We look, and the freaking Road Warriors walked up right beside us, and they were obviously didn't have the makeup on, but they were wearing bandanas. And I hit my buddy like, dude, it's freaking Honky Animal from the Road Warriors.
That's
Walked in right beside us.
It's really funny because they beat up all the wrestlers, like for real. Like, because they didn't get trained properly on how to wrestle. They just kind of threw them both in the ring and was like, beat everybody up. And they were bouncers, so they beat everybody up. But anytime I've ever heard like fans or just people who run into them, they say, nicest guys they've ever met. Like, nicest guys they've ever met. And I'm like, how do you, I mean, I get it, but still, like, it's hilarious.
Hey, sleeping the NFT guru in the hizzy.
What's up, man?
You got royalty in here tonight, man. Look at this chat.
How many subscribers do you have right now, sleeping? You have like
I gotta do it for Sheena one time. Sing along if you want to. Oh, Sheena, let me love you till the morning comes. I gotta do it just one time. What's up, Sheena?
Roscoe, I hope you're feeling better, man. Get well.
Yeah, Roscoe's got the id. So
yeah. What up, Roscoe, man? I miss you. I miss all of y'all. When are the designated decoys coming back? That's what I've been knowing.
6,000, dude.
6K plus now, Sleep. You deserve 6K more, sir.
Damn. That's a skyrocket.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he's making millions per month, guys. He's rolling in it.
Yeah. So when you're gonna retire from your day job, sleeping? End of the month.
I mean, for us though, that's a heavyweight though. For us, our ceiling is what 50,000. Unless you're like Comics Explained, then you can hit 1 million. That dude's awesome. I don't know if anybody follows him, but he's great. But he breaks down comic book stories and he does it really well. So if like if you don't want to read a comic, but you want to know what happened like during Infinity Gauntlet Quest or something, he'll break the whole thing down for you. He has over 1 million. I think he has 2 million subs actually. But if you're talking about week to week comics, nice. If you're talking about week to week comics, you got 50,000 and
no
shit.
problem, Sheena.
That
But
sounds awful to me. Somebody reading comics to me.
Well,
it's nice because he shows you graphics and all that. I mean, it's very well edited.
Yeah, because when I first started out, it was great because I would watch Comics Explained. He would explain it, and then I would like make it like that would help sway me to make decisions on whether it was something I wanted to pick up or whether it was something I wanted to get into or something like that. So starting out, it's really good. I mean,
especially for start out. Now, obviously, being the veteran
I knew you were going to say something. I knew you were going to say
You guys argue like brothers, and it's interesting. Y'all both root for the same team.
The condescension.
You find other things to like rib each other about.
Look at the meme I made for him. The condescension in this guy, dude. It's just dripping in every single line.
But it really isn't. You're trying to make me something I'm not.
Dripping down.
Now you know that's a lot. Like every time I've ever seen you in a live chat, Beckerman, you're in everybody's live chats. Everybody likes you. You're just this incredible personality.
Except for Marcus. Because he's an incredible shit.
Becker catches hell. It's not true. Becker's a troll. Check out. Ask Burke about it. Burke 54. Burke Family 54. Ask what he thinks about Becker.
I have really lightened up on Steve. I bought him a few times.
Steve. You know, and this is a lesson that Tyler could learn. It's like it's not funny if they're not laughing. It's not funny. But some people still think it's funny. And I guess sometimes it is funny if they're not laughing. But
Sleeping, there's no way you could live off 45 a month. There's no way. Well, I mean, maybe if you just like ate ramen noodles, but then, oh.
No, sleeping looks like the kind of guy that needs significantly more than that.
What's up, Jim? How are you doing?
Homeboy Jim, what's up, man?
Miss your freckles, Jim.
Mr. Freckles. Are you going to make nicknames for everyone?
Marcus is very complimentary. He makes everybody feel good about themselves. That's for sure.
Unless you're Becker, fuck that guy. No, I'm kidding, Becker. I love you. You know I love you.
What's up, Pocan Joe? Jumping in the chat.
Pocan Joe, what's up? Would somebody get that man a link?
There's a couple of people coming in.
I want Pocan Joe to teach me how to do
it. Joe? Come on.
Can't tell.
There he is.
What's up?
Okay. Yeah.
Go up at the same time.
Dracula, we can talk about our schedule for Ross. You're not, we got to break this. We can't fight over him. We're gonna have to come to.
Well, I told him I was putting together a men's support group for all the men who love Ross, and
he's cool though. I had fun with him last night, man. He's cool.
Oh man, well, I'm about to say, judging from the downward shot we got last night of Ross, yeah, there's definitely enough of Ross to go around.
Shout out to the low grades, man. Miss JT last night.
What's going on, guys?
Not much, just hanging out.
Anybody have any CB Awards rants? Any CBC Awards rant? Anybody mad? Let's get some drama going about it.
Yeah, I wasn't nominated, and
I think you got nominated.
No, I wasn't.
You wasn't?
I was last year.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Are you less entertaining than last year? Yes, probably. Yeah. Maybe you should evaluate that.
Yeah, I know. I should probably take a long, hard look.
Best cosplay on stream. That's going to be a new category next year. Best cosplay, you'll get it for the draft.
Remember 5 minutes ago, Tylox, when you said I was nice?
Yeah, no rants. I probably wasn't deserved to have been nominated, so that's I'm good with that. And
that's how I feel. I was not nominated, and I'm also good with it. I get that. People.
But Drac is kind of surprising.
Yeah. Well, last year I was nominated for Best New Channel, which I was honored to have been nominated. But Nick Comic Culture won, who totally deserved that because I think he's got a great channel. I was watching.
He's got one of the best backgrounds in the game for sure, man.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
It's funny that you mentioned Nick because me and him have been liking each other's stuff on Instagram a lot here lately and commenting back and forth and just having a good time, man. It's like we're becoming quick friends.
All right, guys, I'm gonna take off for a little bit. I'll be back.
All right, more than welcome to. But yeah, so She-Hulk. Anybody else want to weigh in?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Garbage.
I'll watch it eventually.
Dumpster fire.
So out of 5, you give it a 0.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the comic grader. What up, homie?
And let me be clear, I'm not. I just don't like the writing in it. The jokes are pedantic. The plot's just pedestrian as it could be, and the jokes just don't land for me.
What did the only thing that made me weird about it at first was the way it segued, and I was kind of like, that seems kind of lazy. I mean, I don't want to say that because I'm not a writer. I don't write shows and stuff, but just the way it seemed watching it, it was just like, it seemed kind of easy, I would say. And sometimes you like easy, and sometimes you like to work for it a little bit. I mean, it just depends on.
When I first saw the blood and actual, I don't want to. The She-Hulk story that there was something with blood transfusion between, right?
Yeah.
And She-Hulk. Okay. So the blood transfusion here, I equate that to an STD. It's Bruce Banner's blood's an STD now. It's AIDS.
I might have to go in a minute. I just came in to say hi, but we'll see. I'm gonna go to the backyard. I'm bringing my brother a beer right now, so
Hey,
Good to
you
see
guys
you,
can come
brother.
with me.
All right, good. I'm glad that Brian is on, so I can talk about the hoax / rig that you've been running over there. With
I don't know where I'm going.
What's going on? Where was my name in the nominations, Brian? Everything I've done for you.
All I do is
Marcus,
tally
and that
them.
just
I don't
works.
add anything to them.
No, I just needed 11,000 votes, and you couldn't come up with them for me. Come on, man.
I mean, is
Marcus,
there a
you were
drop
working
box we
behind
need
the
to
scenes,
use?
man. Why don't you just throw yourself in there, man?
No, for me, I wanted it to be about the awards and promoting people and giving and saying, hey, don't go there for me. Just go there for you and your people that you love doing this. And that's what I wanted to make it about. And on top of that, and I think Dracula said it, yeah, I don't really feel like my content right now is award worthy, honestly. So I'm good with not being in the mix, but I'm excited to see who is. I'm excited that my comic book dad Lorenzo made it in the mix, Indie Comics and Reviews, and I'm excited for the big show now. I am definitely thinking of what can I do to be funny. Maybe, hopefully, I can add some funny contributions in some way. But I'm excited to see what they come up with. That was my favorite thing last year, is the way that Brian brought the community together and let them showcase themselves in funny and humorous ways. And I'm excited to see what he comes up with this year, man.
Is Adrian lost?
Hey Brian, how's it going?
See,
Yeah, no,
Follow our voice. Follow our voice.
I was in the backyard, and I might be lost. I'll find my way out of here. Don't you worry.
In his neighbor's house.
I was about to say, you said you were bringing your brother a beer, and I thought you meant in another part of the house. And next thing I know, you're hiding behind a bush. I was like,
Yeah, no. I mean, if there's one thing I know, it's navigating the wilderness. So figure this out here.
Was he waiting for you in the tree fort you built in your backyard or something? Or...
Yeah.
I think I might have got out.
So, Brian, I'm curious, how would you compare this year to last year in terms of the run up and getting to this far? Any differences? Anything that's better?
I mean, we certainly had a lot more participation as far as nominations.
Nice. I worked hard for that. Damn it.
Total number of channels that were nominated, and just like I said, just the overall votes. I'm hopeful that it was received well. I think that we have a pretty good mix of channels, definitely some new channels, some channels that were there last year. But yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything negative as of yet.
Boo. Well, I'll talk to you after the show.
Mark is going to work on those memes this week and
have a strong, I have a strongly worded letter.
I'm sure there are people that were, disappointed or don't like some of the finalists that made it, but it's based on people that vote. So if you really are that upset about it, if you didn't nominate, you have to nominate, or you then have to help spread the word, to get the people that you support and others support in there. I mean,
I will say, my homie C-List E-Man, please God, don't shave your head. It is not that serious.
Man,
please don't do that, dude.
A huge barrier to spreading the word, though, is that we have not been able to get buy-in from channels to say, hey, this is happening, go nominate. Most channels are shying away from even talking about it because they don't want to look as though they're campaigning for it. But if we're going to get real buy-in from this community, we've got to get people to mention it. And my goal was maybe do it the way that I did it, which is to not say, hey, go nominate me, but to say, hey, go nominate your people that you want to support, and just let it be something that's known and supported and accepted, because I would love to see much more buy-in.
Well, yeah, I think it's a fine line for the bigger channels, right? Because, if somebody like a Comic Tom or a Gem Mint or, one of the bigger channels, whatever it is.
That's what the subcategories are for, though, right?
Well, yeah, but I think people were still, although that was a step in the right direction, that we had the different tiers for 9 different categories. Some of the other categories are still wide open, and so you have finalist with Reggie Collects, who's got 18, 19, 20,000 subs, and then you have some other channels that are in there that are, sub 1,000 or maybe just
they're
over.
gonna get. Yeah, they're
So-
gonna get crushed, but the win for them is that they got to be up there next to that big guy, though, right? I mean, that's a
And then
win in
see
and of
their
itself.
name, and then people go to their channel, and
Yeah, but I mean, so that it's the how do we continue to evolve it to make it
Greece, I believe.
fair or better balanced? Because if we were to tier every award, then we'd have 70 awards to be given away, right? And so then it becomes a participation trophy, right? So
I don't think we need more tiers. I think
Right.
your tiers that you have now are good. Yeah.
Right, no, but I'm saying if we added that tier to every single category, we would have 60 something awards. If we had the channel of the year in each of the tiers, that's 2 more awards, right? And then if we did that for everything, it goes from 22 awards to now 66.
No, we don't want to have too
Just
many
get working
awards.
on that, Brian. Like next year, it's live from Radio City Music
Yeah.
Hall.
It'll be longer than the Oscars, the award show.
Sky's the limit.
I did have 3 people. One of them is here with us today, who was like, I probably either, well, 2 of them said I probably won't get nominated, and then they did, and I was like, believe bitches. And then at the same time, the other person was just like, I got nominated. I was like, yeah, sure did, and he was like, oh, that's cool.
See you kids later. I'm jumping ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell?
My man is on one tonight.
Man, that's why I love doing this like this. Yeah, so it was funny because like I know 2 people who were like, well, one person said that they probably wouldn't get nominated for anything, and then they did, and then one person literally was like, I got nominated, and I was like, yes, you did.
Sleeping. I don't know. That might be an old joke by the time we get to the award show, but
yeah, I considered that early on, but now it's kind of old.
That one's run its course for sure. Yeah.
I definitely have a couple ideas. I've already have some ideas for a couple
of videos
videos
we're going to make.
What's that?
I said, well, Brad, now we're going to have to cancel our little clip we were going to make for the award show where one of us clapped the other one.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I thought your video announcing the finalists was where you talked about Bueller selling all this stuff. I thought that was really well done, man. Bravo on that one.
Yeah, the promo I thought was good. I wanted to have somebody maybe do a voiceover for it, instead of me. But I think of the classic movie trailer that you see like In a World.
Right.
That
it
was
worked, man.
I
liked it.
So
Joe, talk to me. I want to hear from Joe. Tell me how much you love Putin.
How much I love who?
Putin, Vladimir Putin. Tell me how awesome he is.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, that was based off a conversation we had. I don't know if you remember. Tell me something cool, man.
I don't know, man. All the drama seems to be slowing down. Acetate Gate's going slow now. I'm still waiting for the apology, the typical YouTuber apology video from Black Flag. That will come out in the next few weeks. I'm guaranteed.
They've been awful quiet. I'm curious how. I know they had that Predator release, that cover from Clayton Crane, and I'm curious how the sales are going. Like, for me, with that thing, I'm controlling the things that I can control. And I'm not mad at any influencers or anything, but I am not going to buy anything from Black Flag because that's the thing that I can control.
What's up, J2?
What up, homie? Missed you last night, man.
Yep, sure did. So, yeah, I was just like, they're doing a Predator, Clayton Crane. I seen a thing where they both said they were going to drop from comics and start doing original art, but I didn't know or not original art, but like paintings. But I didn't know if that was a troll or if that was like an actual thing that they were saying. Like Clayton Crane said the same thing on his page too, on his Instagram. He was like, I am from now on just doing paintings. And I was like, I mean, you didn't have to do all that, but okay. Like
He's
you
probably just trolling a little bit. He's been pretty
probably
quiet.
it had to be.
Well, he doesn't seem to have caught any of the heat. It's really been all Black Flag.
Well, no, I mean he drew a picture and then somebody did some shenanigans with it. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not really his fault.
I mean, yeah, it's not his fault. He just sold the picture.
I think there's a lot of people it wasn't their fault, but they still caught the heat, though.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole guilty by association thing. But that stuff like that, I mean, usually dies down. Once stuff starts to people start to actually look into stuff, they're like, okay, well, it wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault. And it backtracks. That's the way
It was
stuff like that goes.
it was such a clickbait thing. I mean, if you wanted to get some
What's
views,
up,
you knew
Gore?
And
And
drop
Gore,
an
but now
acetate
I wouldn't say
video.
they successfully did it. I would say they epically failed at it.
That book is selling like. We were talking about it last night on Low Grades, though, and I was talking about how these books 6 months later they're always worth less, but
Yeah.
this book feels like it might be different just because the novelty of it. It might actually hold value, even though it shouldn't.
Maybe, or maybe it might go down to the original value that people bought it for.
I know I took a peek on eBay yesterday, and there's still a number of them listed, and some for sale still, and some that had previously sold. But it's really hard to tell what is real because I know there was some people bidding some up, and there were some at like 15,000-20,000. But then there were some that looked like they sold for a couple $100. So I'm not really sure what what is real and what isn't. But
I don't think if we'll ever know, really.
I'd be curious to see what Chip sells his 9.8 for. He has that 9.8 slab that he still has to sell. He's given all the proceeds to charity. Was it Mission 22? Yeah.
Mission 22.
So it's
Good
super
charity.
dope what he's doing. I'm curious to see how much money he'll get for it.
Yeah.
Because he's paid $500 for the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's his name?
And it was supposed to be more than that.
What was it?
$750.
Was it Joe King Comics? He bought one of the 9.9s, and if you watch Chip's streams, he flat out said the 9.9s were going for $1,200, and I was like, I couldn't have done that. Even if I would have been even if I was a huge Miles Morales fan or like a huge Clayton Crane fan, $1,200 for a 9.9. Give me a 8.5.
It's a piece. It's a piece of our history. That book is a piece of our history now. It's actually a huge piece. It feels like. So I feel like that book is going to hold its value for that reason. Hey, there's Ross. What up, homie?
Whole Low Grades in here. We got
what up, Low Grades? Had a great time with them last night. Check out that video.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of you guys on the Low Grades last night.
Yeah.
Hey, Ross, you want to get mad? Check this out. I'm wearing your shorts, buddy.
No, those are way too loose.
I just don't fill them out as well as you do. Now the Low Grades want to invade my chat.
Anybody got any cons coming up?
Yo, what's up, motherfuckers?
What up,
hey,
homie?
my ears are ringing. What's going on?
We're talking about how dope the Low Grades are. No big deal. And how much we love Ross.
Oh, thank
That
you.
is a big conversation here lately. I'm waiting to see where that takes off. Like all the YouTube channels are going to start making I Love Ross videos.
The next challenge.
Let's get him a CB award, man. What award should he get? Let's just make one for him. The George Clooney Award.
I was about to say the best shorts on in the comic book YouTube.
Best leg tan.
Oh yeah, best leg tan. There you go. I might have to make that happen. Ross, I might be sending you a package.
I'll send you a package, Tyler. So what are you talking about?
Who says he hasn't already? I started talking about music, and every time I mentioned a band, his eyes lit up. I think we had a moment.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite topics.
I still need to listen to Zao. How do I say it? Zao.
Zao.
I put them on my Spotify. I haven't listened to them yet. I'm definitely good. The way you guys talked about them, I'm like, all right, I got to listen to these people.
Yeah, they're good.
What up, Six Face?
How you doing, Sid? So
anybody got any?
Has anybody picked up anything they want to show off? I want to do that kind of stuff too on this thing. I don't want to just sit around and talk. Anybody got anything they want to show they picked up? They're excited about.
Well, if you look in Brad's background, he's got plenty of stuff.
I was about to say, Brad, crack open a box. What you got, Joe? What you got, Joe?
My pick of the week for reads. I loved this. This was so good.
Legion of Comics, first off in the week, said pick that book up. So I did. I haven't read it yet.
Picked it up Monday, and I was already on Instagram talking about how much I loved this book. This is pretty good. And it's Tom King, which is normally hit or miss for me. Like sometimes I'm like, I love him, and then I'll get 5 issues deep, and then I'm like, dude, it's just a guy in a midlife crisis, and I'm hoping they don't do that.
I thought it was just a one shot. It's not just a one shot.
The way it ended on a cliffhanger, so I'm assuming no.
I thought they were all one shots. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't say anything about a one shot on it, so I don't know. And the way it ended was just weird.
I was about to say, I need to pick that one up because I'm a Riddler fan, and then there's a few other ones I know I'm going to pick up because I'm fans of that villain. Clayface, if they do a Clayface one, I got to get it. Joker one, even though Joker's getting worn out, man. There's everything is Joker.
Everything's Joker.
I'm a DC guy now, man. I used to be Marvel, but DC's just better.
Breaking news.
They are. Right now, they really are. They're just plain better in terms of the comics. Not in terms of the movies, obviously.
Guy, but my pull list is mostly DC and indies right now.
That's how it was. Like, I didn't know I was a DC guy, but then I started paying attention to my pull list, and it was clear that I was.
Well, what are you reading, Marcus? I bet you probably aren't even reading the best DC book out there.
I am reading way more Independence than DC, but between the two, I'm reading DC. But my favorite DC books I've been
brother.
I've been hearing that's good. Is Rom V still writing it?
Yeah, the 16th and final issue comes out in a couple of weeks.
We might do a trade on that. Everybody raves about that one. I've been reading Tom Taylor in DC. Everything he does. I like Joshua Williamson, and then Batman with Chip and Jorge has been.
What's up, Shop?
Cool.
Are you doing Detective?
No, but I'm thinking about picking up Action Comics. I'm thinking about jumping in on that one.
Well, Ram V's doing Detective now.
I was about to say, Ram V's doing Detective now, and I'm glad I jumped on it way before he got into it. Like,
I feel like I'm Batmaned out. I feel like I got enough Batman.
I said that too. I was only going to collect just the Batman title, and then now I'm wanting to get into Detective too. Because I don't know, Detective seems like it's a lot funner. Like Batman is just, like I don't know, the detective stuff seems like it's a lot more thought put into it because it's showcasing him figuring stuff out more than just punching everything in the face, which works. But
what's up, Shop for Comics?
Yeah, for a while there, it was like every week there were 7 different new Batman books, and I was getting I was just like, I'm done. I gotta take a break.
Yeah, I can't do all those little sub stories, and
Nightwing's good too. Flash is good. Flash has been really, really good.
You've been talking about Flash for like 6 months. You've been talking about that for a long time.
Sleeping on Flash, man. Covers, the art inside, like the stories. It's all good.
You said that, Sid. I want to check that out because I've wanted to. I used to like Fantastic Four. I've wanted to like them for a while, but I felt with Fantastic Four and X-Men, I felt like I don't have a jumping in point. Like I'm too far behind story wise to like just jump in and start.
Well, I think they just announce that Fantastic Four is getting rebooted again. I think in the next couple months.
Yeah.
So it's been running for about 2 years.
Yeah.
That seems to be the formula. 2 years and they reboot.
Yeah, because there was the marriage, and then there was Fang and his main squeeze, and then the space kids they adopted. So yeah, those were about each a year long.
So I got some stuff in the mail today. I got some mail calls. So I picked up.
Can you show it for him, Joe? Or
there you go. This came in the mail since we talked about this guy a little bit last night.
Nice.
A little Griffey.
Yep, I think I've got 3 more to get, and then I've got all his rookies. I still don't know what I want to do with the upper deck one. I might get a graded one. I might not. I don't know. I ain't figured it out yet. And then I got this in the mail.
Those condoms?
No.
Smart condoms?
Guitar tuner. I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start playing again. I'm gonna start doing playthroughs on my channel too, because I miss playing and I want to get back into it.
You don't really look like the type that would play guitar.
I've played guitar. I've dabbled on bass, but I don't think I've never owned one. I've just borrowed people, played on people's while we're at practice and stuff. But yeah, I've played guitar off and on since I was 9. Originally, I took lessons at the local college. I was playing in talent shows. And of course, I started out on acoustic. So my teacher, I was like, I want to learn AC/DC and Aerosmith. And he was like, Beethoven. And I was like, that sounds much easier. That sounds like something that would be great to start somebody out on. But by the time he got done with me, I was playing Beethoven and Bach, and Chopin, and stuff like that. And it was actually not that difficult. It was actually probably easier to learn than AC/DC or Aerosmith or something like that, especially since it's on acoustic.
Jeez.
I need to get back in.
Now, when you play guitar, do you wear the leather vest with no shirt underneath?
Sometimes. It depends on what band it is. It depends on how I feel that day. Some days you feel like a rock star. So
he doesn't do that as much because it'll rub his nipples off.
Right. Well, he wears Band-Aids.
Yeah. Put on my spandex and jump around the living room. Anybody else got anything they recently picked up they want to show?
Just my hauls for this week. See that? Oh, yeah, I got a bunch of stuff, but they're in the other office. But I did read Avengers 1000 BC. This was depressing and a letdown.
I was wondering how that was going to be.
Oh, trash. It's trash.
That's the retcon Thor story.
Yeah, when they read that, it was so confusingly bad. It wasn't even funny. Blood Syndicate. I've really been liking this series. The newest series has a load of first appearances in it. I really like this universe. I read that DC Gotham Body Bag issue. That was pretty. I always like vampires and zombies and stuff. Ghost Rider, the newest Moon Knight. I don't know. I got 57 books here that I've just recently picked up in the last 2 weeks that I've been reading.
Nice.
Yeah. Only one went across the room, so that was pretty good. The rest of them just
Brian, have you watched She-Hulk yet?
I have. Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, out of five, what would you rate it? We're doing 5s. So out of 5,
out of 5, probably a 4. I was entertained.
Yeah. Seems to be the general consensus.
It's the first episode, so there's going to be a little bit of setup in the storyline. So, but I thought it was. I'm not hypercritical on the movies and shows. I mean, if I'm entertained and I don't get too crazy about the comic if it's true to the comic books. Because honestly, I don't think I've ever read Well, I'm reading the current run of She-Hulk.
Yeah,
the new one, which has been good, but I just don't. I've got other important things to worry about than whether something's exactly to a comic book or not. So I thought the special effects were pretty good. Everybody's going crazy about the the special effects and the trailer and all that.
CGI,
CGI. I didn't have a problem with it.
I thought that was pretty good about it when I watched it, but again, I just from a story point at it, I was like, I'm just not digging it.
Wasn't the original storyline when She-Hulk became She-Hulk that it was a blood transfusion, right? Wasn't it?
Right.
It donated his blood.
Yeah. Which of course that doesn't make sense if you're the Hulk and your blood's infected, but also, and I'm sorry if this is a spoiler, but I mean it is another week. Just a couple of drops of blood in it just affected her that way. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off a little bit because then thinking about, well, all right, make the Hulk, get the Hulk when when he's Bruce Banner, make him bleed, and then But I guess they tried to suggest that it was because of her DNA makeup that his blood, so it wouldn't really occur with anybody because they're related, and so
that I guess. But
yeah,
then you
Glenn,
got
I was thinking the
Abomination.
same thing, Glenn.
But then you got like Abomination sitting in a cell, which we know from the trailer. And remember, in that series, right? They're bringing that in. That happened through a blood transfusion where they had to, synthesize it to make them into.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're kind of playing science woo-woo right now, where it fits in this scenario, but it doesn't fit into this scenario, and it's like, oh, okay.
It was like we've got 20 minutes to tell this story.
Yeah.
right.
It seemed like it was 20 minutes, dude. I watched it and I was like really enjoying it. Well, I was enjoying it, but I was like, all right. And then the next thing I knew, it was over, and I was like, how long have I been watching? 15? Was this like 15 minutes?
It did go by quick,
like,
I think the episode was only like 37 minutes, 35 minutes, something like that. It was kind of short for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The credits were just as long as the show.
Yeah.
If you go to the end of the show, right where it cuts into the credits, and look at the your little bar right there, I'm just like, oh my god.
Bar set low for me though, man, because I gave like Spider-Man on Electric Company 5 out of 5 stars. So I mean, we didn't have shit when I was a kid. So if it showed up on TV, it got 5 out of 5 stars.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing Spider-Man on the Electric Company, man, and I thought that was tits, man. I got excited.
Yeah, the Hulk TV show was. I kept wondering if he was ever going to fight like anything other than a real person, and he never did.
Well, no, he fought the reversed Hulk in one episode.
The reverse Hulk?
Yeah. I kept waiting for like comic book.
What is a reverse Hulk?
It's his negative opposite. He's just as aggressive but meaner.
Oh.
And while you're making, I just caught that you kind of making fun. If you look at the credits at the end, it says Reverse Hulk. That's literally what they named him.
They put a lot of thought into that name. That's the same thing as like, the Reverse Flash. And I was like, wow, you guys phoned that one in, didn't you?
What was he doing? Running backwards?
Well, I said that to a friend of mine. I was like, they mentioned the band Falling in Reverse, and I was like, Getting Up. They should have named it Getting Up. Standing Up. That's what the band should have been called. Standing Up. Oh, man. Ross, you seen it yet? I mean, Rob, you seen it yet?
Look, you just call me Ross, dude? Jesus. What the hell?
Wow.
How insulting.
Ross, what did you do to me, man?
Jesus Christ. No, I've been planning on watching it. I wanted to watch it last night after the show, but I was really tired. I ended up watching that I Killed My Father deal that we were talking about yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
On Netflix, yeah. I got through 2 of the episodes, and then I fell asleep at the... I think it is a 3-part series, right? Or 4? I don't remember. But I got through most of it, I think. It's pretty good. I mean, it's interesting. I know there's like going to be more plot twists and stuff like that, and I just didn't get there,
Now, the yoga thing, I believe. The yoga thing, I believe 100%, because, A, women are usually better at balance and more flexible than men anyway. So that I 100% was like, that's believable. That's believable as crap, especially if she does that already in her off time. That's, if she does that for like working out and stuff, then yeah, that's totally believable. I do like that it pissed him off that he had to go through 15 years of shit, and she's just like back and forth and completely just good. He's like, he's so
I'm here and I'm done. I would have thought that it would have been funny. Instead of her doing the constant clapping, she just started yapping. Because when my wife does that, I get the same effect.
Glenn, I bet you are. I bet. Picture it didn't happen, Glenn. I haven't watched Sandman yet, but I want to watch it. I know nothing of Sandman. I just got into Neil Gaiman from Norse mythology last year, so.
I liked that show. That was a pretty good show.
It was? Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Seems like a thinker show.
And I'm the guy that usually makes fun of like woo-woo dream worlds and mysticism. Like I make fun of that stuff openly. And I enjoyed that show. That's what it's all about.
Look, we struck a nerve with TM. He's man.
That dude's
How many episodes is Sandman? Is it 8?
12.
12? Yeah, it was 12.
So.
I don't know. I just watched in 2 sittings. I watched all of it. I just enjoyed it. And I normally don't have time for that kind of stuff, but I loved it.
I started it, but I found myself, I got distracted, so I had to stop because it feels like a show you have to pay attention.
Yeah, that you do.
I might get it. I might get Netflix and actually give it a shot because I want to check it out. I am getting the #1. They're reprinting the #1, and I am getting it. So that's probably going to be a slippery slope too if I enjoy it.
Had one at the comic book store last week for a new comic book day. I picked it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in my pool. I just got to wait for my book.
Which I'm glad because I didn't read the original run either. So it was kind of cool to get that to kind of what is all this about, and then watch it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I plan on watching it. I just haven't had the chance yet to sit down and watch any of it.
Yeah,
so nobody has any previous Sandman experience. Nobody.
No, my problem is I got all these shows to watch. Like I still haven't watched Moon Knight or even Miss Marvel because my wife likes watching that stuff too, and it's like we have to watch it together or else we just don't watch it. And because I don't really want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
So we gotta be on the same page as far as like watching certain shows. And I enjoy watching them with her too. Like she she definitely gets a lot of the things that go on more than I do. So if I have any questions, I could just ask her and she'll explain it to me.
Cool.
Yeah, my wife has pretty much watched all of the Marvel Disney Plus shows with me too. So
yeah,
which is good. But then I'm explaining to her, some of the backstories and some of the characters, and because she has no idea. So
yeah, I have to do the same thing. And then when my wife gets bored with it, like she doesn't like, I don't like this, I don't want to watch this, but I have to keep watching it, right? Because you're on the YouTube community, you get on a panel, people ask questions, and then like I'm sitting there suffering through it by myself, just drinking whiskey and being sad.
The only thing that I think I watched that I really just didn't like. Was there anything that I watched that I just didn't like? I think the least favorite thing I've watched was Moon Knight, which I read Moon Knight, so you would think that would be the opposite. But the show for me.
What was your hang up with that? Because I enjoyed Moon Knight, but I think I enjoyed it for much different reasons than most people. But so what was your hang up with Moon Knight? Why didn't you like it?
Well, there was the whole jumping around. Like, I'm a simple man. This jumping around had my head spinning at some point.
Yeah,
but it seemed like every time, like every book I've ever read about Moon Knight, he's usually been a badass. But it seemed like during the show, he was always getting saved by someone, and I'm like, it seemed like every time and then he would start to get his ass kicked, somebody would save him, but then he would, end up. Winning in the end or whatever it was, but it was just like, can he fight? Like, because I think at one point in time he was fighting 3 guys at once, and I don't even think they were like super powered or whatever or anything like that. They had like no powers or anything, and they got the best of him. And I was like,
Yeah, they got the best of him, and the thing I didn't like, and I didn't like this either. I get where you're going. So he has a hard time fighting people, and then all of a sudden at the end he's going against a freaking kaiju and whipping up on it, and I was like, that's where I was like, oh, that's kind of stupid. Like, what? Why is everything supersized fighting? Like, what? This doesn't make any sense. You could have done this on the ground and still had the same effect.
So yeah, that was pretty much it as far as like it just, I guess because I'm such a big Moon Knight fan, I was wanting him to kick some people's asses. Like I'm not saying that like I didn't want him to have a challenge, like look down and out, but making, it's like professional wrestling, like you're winning, you start losing, then you start making a comeback, and it's like up and down, and it kind of drags you into it, but that was pretty much it. Now, like the therapist scenes, those I loved. That little twist in the therapy office.
Oh yeah,
that was incredible. That was great. And then the end, when it got to the very end, I was like, huh? What? I'm so confused. So I'm gonna start watching the second season. Maybe it'll explain it to me, or it'll all come together for me. Or I think
there's a lot of story to do.
If they would have started it with the original story where he had, aliases, just had aliases, and he had aliases, and he had them for a reason. And then second season, he starts to kind of loses shit a little bit, and he starts, everything starts blending together, and then he starts being like, well, which one am I? Or like he starts not being able to differentiate. Then it would have been a little bit better instead of just.
Well, we know what made it interesting is we know that there's a third person there, and there was incidences where we're not sure which one, but we know that he engaged at some point, right? Normally it would be the taxi driver one, Foster, whatever his name is. So I think what you're saying is that instead of the two, they just added that as the third character in the same body. And I thought that was interesting. I thought there was a lot more Easter eggs in that. Again, the talking.
Yeah, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I haven't read as much Moon Knight as I thought.
Yeah, you may want to go back and take a look at the show, because they did add some things where, like, neither one of them that we know in the show did it, right? So we know that there's a third person controlling the body. In some cases, the one that does the little bit dirtier stuff.
Well, they never really showed it, right? It was more like a blackout, and then he woke up. And
Well,
you didn't really
know
what happened.
A good one is when he woke up in Cairo and he was sitting there drinking, right? If you take a look at the scenario, what's around him, it doesn't fit for the other two characters that he is. So therefore, it's the third character at that point.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's very interesting. I did love the part where he was doing the bargaining, and it was like Mr. Knight. And he sits down on the rock, and he was like, all right, well, let's see what you're offering, and I'll tell you whether I accept the deal or not. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I like, because he was like rationally talking this stuff out and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like he was like, let's make a deal. And I was like, that's great. I thought that was kind of cool.
I could have used 12 episodes for that.
Yeah, that should have been stretched out a little bit.
Maybe that they could have milked it out more, and A, got more episodes out of it, and B, at the same time, people would have been a little less confused, I guess.
Yeah, that ending, that ending just ruined it for me. I was like, you guys are doing so good, and then this.
Now, Miss Marvel, I thought that was great. As a matter of fact, since I got Disney Plus again now to watch She-Hulk, I need to go back and finish where I left off with Miss Marvel, because I was really enjoying that. And that seemed like a show that it didn't matter who it was. You could ask anybody, everybody on YouTube was like, it was great. And it didn't matter anything about like, what people think about this issue or that issue. Everybody seemed to genuinely enjoy it, and for different reasons too. Like it was like nobody had the same one answer. Like, I do like that. The only thing that kind of drew me out of it was when the kid was like on the roof, and she has to run up all those stairs, and then it's like changing costumes and stuff. And I was like, by the time you get to the top of this roof, he's gonna be back on the ground. You should just stayed on the ground and been like, jump, do it.
And like, yeah, levitated when the things to him or something. But yeah, I liked that too. I thought it was, I liked it because it was whimsical. I liked that.
Mhm.
I also like it, and I don't know if anybody else noticed this. I covered it over on my channel. But if you actually watch that first season, and you know when she's doing her little daydreaming thing and the sketches and all the things going on in the background, if you watch it that episode from beginning to end again, and then count how many times it happens each episode, you'll notice that the lack of a better word, distractions in her life start becoming more and more focused, and you stop seeing these little animations and stuff around her and her daydreaming and everything else. And I thought that was really smart. It was subtle, but it was smart, and I like smart writing like that because I over focus on everything.
Yeah.
So it was entertaining for me.
Yeah, a lot of people said they did it early on and then stopped doing it, and that was the point. You know, they liked that, but that was the point. And I thought it was funny. A lot of guys on YouTube were talking about, like, I mean, it's just not made for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, we're like, I'm a 50-year-old dude who reads comic books. None of this shit's made for me. You know, I mean, you know, none of it is. So,
Yeah.
but I like Ms. Marvel too. Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, they really had to. You know, a lot of people were mad because they changed the powers and stuff like that. But
Yeah. We don't
you know,
need another stretchy person.
I was
right?
about to say, yeah, because yeah. I like that they changed the powers. I don't think Marvel has anybody with the kind of Green Lantern thing going on, do they? Not that
I
I
think
know
there's
of.
an X-Men girl that can do it with a suit of armor type of thing. I believe over at X-Men. But I stopped
Or
reading it.
yeah, her name's Armor. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Well, that would make sense since she does the armor thing. That's how bright I am.
McDonald's
Yeah.
has Pokemon again.
I was about to say Biggie coming out of left field. Like McDonald's has Pokemon again.
That's his LCS now.
Go get a Happy Meal.
So anybody got anything going on they want to talk about? Anybody? Brad, when you opening boxes again?
I don't know. I was going to try and do it Friday, but I didn't get around to it. So
I enjoy
another one
listening
this
to
week.
those when I'm working because I
Good.
watch everybody when I'm working. I enjoy those.
Yeah, good. I'll do another one this week. On Monday, I'm going to be, if Roscoe's feeling better, I'm going to be on Between the Lines with him. So I 2 weeks ago I was on Brian's show, and that same week I was on Travis's show 2 weeks ago, and I mentioned, I think both times I was talking about drawing, and so Roscoe's like, "Hey, come on my show and draw." So I'm gonna be rusty as hell, but I'm gonna jump in the rink and draw with those guys.
Nice.
Nice.
Brian, you got
seems like
the same old coming up. You got breakfast with Brian and which
Yeah, my usual stuff. I've got my live stream on Saturdays. I do the interview show on Friday, and usually do a Monday mail call. So I find it's just easier to have some type of format, so that way I can produce the content. Because if not, it's just becomes work.
Yeah.
and
My
nobody
Roscoe,
wants to do
my
that.
Roscoe piece right there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Sperm whale
Wow.
expert. Hold on, let me make you big.
Such a accurate drawer,
Look at the testicles on that thing.
Body is so good. So talented.
So good.
Oh my god, so good. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you the one he sent me. He sent me a card. Him and his mom both sent me a card, and he knows me oh so well. So great.
You
So
like your green women.
I love my green women.
I like how he's talking to you.
Apparently, she's really, really flexible too. So there you go. That's a plus.
I like how he's talking to you through She-Hulk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He knows my
breaking
muse.
its own fourth wall.
Yeah.
He knows my muse. I'll put that up later.
It seems like those midweek, midday streams draw a pretty big audience.
Midday.
I'm usually at work and at a computer, so I'll just pop in for maybe 5-10 minutes, and it's like there's a lot of people hanging out on like a Tuesday at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Trying to get through the day.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, now it's a thing where people work from home a whole lot, so you can have stuff streaming in the background.
Oh yeah,
and get your work done.
I don't have that privilege, so wish I did.
I think they might have set a record too yesterday. The Friday Hangout, Whack Comics hosted it. They were streaming for like, I saw them at like 8 in the morning, and then I saw them around like 2 in the afternoon, and then I checked back in later on, like after dinner. It was like 6 or 7 o'clock, and they were still streaming.
It was almost 12 hours, and I was like, I think somebody said something about, I can't remember if it was in a chat or something, because I woke up from my nap, and somebody in a chat said something about, Whack Comics is still going, and I was like, they're still going? It was like late. I was like, oh my God. And then I went to YouTube and I looked at it. It was like 11 hours and 55 minutes. I was like, holy crap, because I was on there at first with them, and I was like, oh, it'll be like 5 hours or whatever and stuff like that. And no, it ended up almost being 12 hours.
Half a day.
But, when you're hanging out with Tyler, half a day seems like it's 30 minutes. At one point, I had to take a phone call, and like I darkened my screen, I muted myself, and I start talking, and I'm like talking, and then I look back at the screen, and all of a sudden Tyler's wearing panties on his head, and I was like, I gotta let you go. I'll talk to you later. And I hung up, and then I came back, and like as soon as I popped back in, I was like, what did I leave y'all alone with him for 5 minutes, and now he has panties on his head? And he was like, yeah, I love these things. These are my panties. Like, oh my God, Tyler, what is wrong with you? And they had Mr. Krabs on it. And he was like, yeah, these are my crab panties. I was like, oh my God.
Crabby panties.
That is a national treasure right there, Tyler. Oh my God.
I was hoping Randy was going to be on the panel tonight.
Cousin Randy.
Yeah.
He might make an appearance. I don't know. I mean, maybe we can talk him into it.
He's like, damn it, the wig's in a box somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that could be too. I mean, I doubt it, because he definitely wears that thing around the house. He wears that thing around the house. He puts it on. He remembers the good old days. We love you.
Randy's hiding until fall.
Mm-hmm.
Does Randy go to the women's soccer games? Is Randy going
God,
to Michigan State's
God, I hope not. Those poor women.
Dude, that would be, oh my God, that would be awesome.
Oh, that would be so great. They wouldn't know how to take that.
Do it. Oh
my God. Hi, my name is Cousin Randy, and they're just like, oh God, here it goes.
Hey, ladies, my name is Randy.
Randy could drive up in his Trans Am with the T-top.
Yeah, I can't take Randy to soccer games. Yeah, I can't do it.
Dude, I would do it in a heartbeat.
We just get a picture of Randy like as a selfie at a soccer game, and we're just like, oh, Phil's going to jail.
With a jean vest, a blue jean vest, and a white snake T-shirt.
Oh, or Guns N' Roses. It could be either or. Def Leppard would work too. I mean, 80s. Come on now.
Cinderella.
Oh, Cinderella would be even better.
Look, I'm just saying you could probably pull off Rod Stewart too when he's doing his sitting across a car thing.
Sure, yeah.
Going that out there.
Bon Jovi. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to buy a whole new wardrobe.
Jean jacket and a Bon Jovi shirt.
And you can get the jean jacket at Walmart. That's going to be easy to track down. You can get them at Goodwill probably. Wait, did they have Goodwills in his area? Is Goodwill just a here thing, or do they have those everywhere?
I think they have them everywhere.
What blows my mind is when I see people be like, I bought this at good. I know a guy who's got a YouTube channel, and he's a guitar player, and he bought like 58 Les Paul that he found at Goodwill, and I was like, how did you find? I mean, it was beat to death, but still, it's a 58 Les Paul. Like, and he was like, yeah, I cleaned it up and changed some stuff out, and it plays great. And I was like, how? Like, and he even said when I bought it, I thought it was like a knockoff or something. And then he got home and he checked the serial number and he was like, it's legit. It's a real 58 Les Paul. And I was like, who took that to Goodwill? Even beat the death, I would have put that up.
What's a Les Paul?
Guitar.
It's a guitar. Okay, got it. I'm sorry. I'm not a musical person. Sorry.
There you go. Les Paul.
Okay.
Which is hilarious because there's a guy named Groom who owns Groom Guitars in Nashville. He buys a lot of vintage stuff like that. And he said that when he was working at his first guitar store, nobody even knew who Les Paul was. Like, he said he had a guy that called him up and was like, yeah, my son's birthday's coming up and he wants this certain kind of guitar. I want to know if you have one. And he's like, what's it called? And he was like, it's called a Les Paul. And he was like,
he was using the French version.
Yeah, I was going to say the French version.
Yeah, the French variant. Yeah, we have those.
Well, speaking of Goodwill, so Brian and Tylox have both been to we went to Cosmic Rays, one of my LCSs here, and went to Cosmic Rays, and we were talking about artists and writers who live in South Carolina. And I know Sanford Green and Chuck Brown, who did Bitterroot, and Sanford Green's done a ton of covers and stuff for different things. And Sanford Green lives in Columbia. They both live in Columbia. He told me that Roy Thomas lives in Columbia.
Does he?
And he said, yeah, his wife loves to shop at Goodwill. So, like, apparently Roy Thomas lives here, and his wife loves to shop at the Goodwill in Columbia. So, I had no idea he lived here.
I didn't either. That's actually, yeah. What?
Pretty cool. Yeah. Got a lot of famous people here in the Midlands. In Northeast Columbia, Hacksaw Jim Duggan lives up there.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah,
like Elgin, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought it was called something else where he lived. God, I can't think of what it was, but I didn't think it was Elgin. I found out from watching a lot of TTMs or sports cards channels that do through the mail autographs and stuff like that, and that's all they do is open TTMs. And it's usually players who are like, who played in the 80s or 90s, and like, these guys are not like household names or anything like that. And I started noticing that like he was like he would say where they live, like not their address, but he would be like, yeah, this came all the way from Greenville, South Carolina, or Columbia, South Carolina, or Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I was like, is that what happens in MLE? You just retire to South Carolina? Like that's everybody's retirement? Like it's kind of like with Florida. For people in New York go to Florida. People who play Major League Baseball all go to South Carolina. Like, is that a thing? Like, so apparently there's a lot of baseball players who live here.
Was it anybody you recognize? Any names you recognize?
Not anybody offhand that I knew. Because I was born in '85, so by the time I knew what players were on what teams, it was at least 90. And I've never heard of any of these guys are usually just like they had decent careers. They played for a little while, but it was nobody like no Ken Griffey Juniors, no anybody like that. So
22 Comics, what's up?
What's up, 22? Congratulations, buddy.
Trying to be bougie. Yeah, that's not thrift store, man. If they jack the prices up, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen some of the like the eBay flippers and the the treasure hunter guys on YouTube. They've shown some crazy prices at Goodwill. Things that are just like way jacked up. I guess they're looking at prices that are resale prices, and then they're adjusting their prices, which is crazy.
Need to look for like sealed video games there.
Yeah.
As people are starting to grade sealed video games. That's a
Oh
thing.
yeah. Yeah. If you've seen Picking and Punching, he was on my channel a couple weeks ago. He was on
I
the
remember
Formula
seeing
One,
that.
and he does that. He's got a bunch of graded, video games, Mario Brothers, things like that. And some of the prices on those are crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, VHS tapes, trade paperbacks.
Oh yeah, VHS
trade paperbacks now, and I was like, you guys are running a slippery slope. Next thing you know, everything's going to be graded.
VHS tapes. That's a thing too. Yep. Good
one, dude.
Somebody posted on Instagram they had a sealed graded Betamax tape. It was like better quality, but the machine was as big as the desk I'm sitting at right now. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah. I know guys that collect 215s. Before cassette tapes come out, you had the 215s. There are guys that collect those.
Before cassettes, there were like 8 tracks. Is this
after 8 tracks? No, yeah, just after 8 tracks. The 215s are the cassette tapes that have the little dust cover on them. Back. Yeah, there's the 215s.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I don't remember those.
Yeah, they weren't around very long because they realized they
have a good one, Mike.
Good to see you, man. Did they last as long as the Laserdisc did, or about the same?
Yeah, I would say right around that. Yeah, right around that time.
When I was in ROTC in high school, they were showing us videos, videos of aircraft carriers where people were walking around, and they were showing stuff on aircraft carriers because we were Navy ROTC. So they were showing stuff on aircraft carriers and ships, and it was like giving you a walkthrough of the ship and stuff like that. Or it would talk about we watched TAPS once a year, had to, and then also stuff like that. And we had a Laserdisc player, and I was like, what the hell is that thing? And this was like 2000. I was like, dude, it couldn't have been a VHS. It couldn't have, nothing. It was just Laserdisc, and I was like, what?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Go grab your yearbook, Tylox. We want to see. I want to see your picture.
I didn't get any of it.
Did your mom buy the pictures when did your parents buy your pictures?
I think actually she stopped. I think it was 9th grade, and she stopped, and it probably was because in 8th grade, Tyler was all clean cut with a crew, and maybe I might have had a Goldberg shirt on or something like that, and I was all happy and smiling. And then she got my 9th grade pictures back, and she apparently wasn't a big fan of spiky hair gel and ball necklaces and Manson t-shirts, and me looking all serious and stuff at the camera. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm not buying any more pictures. I just don't think it's going to be worth it." And I was like, "Why not?" Get the pictures and put them up all around the house. And she was like, "Nah, I think I'm good."
Hang it over the mantle.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was really funny because they are doing the commercials for the beef jerky that's not meat, and there's one where it's a throwback to a guy, and he's dressed exactly how I dressed in high school, and he was calling his older self a loser, and I was like, that kind of hurts. I was right there. Is that how I looked? Oh my God, how did I wear Jinkos and not fall over?
I remember Jinkos.
How did it? Okay, so one of my friends in high school one time wore platforms, platform boots. He wore them to school. Somebody else saw him wear them, and they bought a pair. And we were walking outside the school, and there's a walkway, and there's a gap in it. I don't know why there would have been a gap. Why would you lay cement down and then stop in this one spot and then start right back up again? It was a foot gap. And my school had the genius idea to put a piece of wood over it. Well, when it rains and it gets hot and cold, what happens to pieces of wood that aren't fixed to anything? It warps.
Yeah.
So he was wearing his platforms and he was walking right next to me, and I seen the piece of wood, and I was like, "Oh, that's too good. I can't pass this up." So I started walking a little faster than him, and as soon as we got to the piece of wood, I jumped on it, and it popped up, and his platform hit it. He never wore them ever again. Never wore them ever again. And I was just like, yeah. And the best part was he tried to chase me, and I was like, "Oh, that's a lost cause. You're not catching me in those things. Never."
You being chased by a dude wearing platform shoes.
And the best part was he was already like 6'3" without the platform. So he was like 6'6" and couldn't chase anybody down. Like it was great. So yeah. For some reason, Mom stopped buying the pictures, and she stopped buying the yearbooks after like the second one because schools were like really starting to charge for those things. It wasn't like yearbooks were like $20-$30 anymore. The school started talking about like, yeah, it's like $200, and my mom's like, I'm good. $200 for the yearbook? No, I'm good. He's probably not even going to be in it anyway, except the picture in his class. He's not. no valedictorian or future president in this kid right here.
Well, somewhere out there's a picture of you in the ROTC. So,
oh yeah,
get the chat. Let's get on that. I know he went to Lawrence High School, so if that helps, that's
There might trying to think because I know we did pictures for ROTC, but I don't think they weren't in the yearbook, so I think they might have been like a separate thing. She did those.
Well, usually they would put those in the yearbook, like any clubs or any. Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't put those in the yearbook or anything like that. I think they just sold those separate. She bought those for the couple of years I was in ROTC, and then she stopped buying those. I mean, because I got out of it and started doing. I went from ROTC, and I was like, I think I need to try gym because I've been in ROTC like 2 years. I'm kind of getting tired of it. Can't have your hair long. I was wanting to grow my hair out, so I was like, I'm just going to sign up for gym. So I signed up for weightlifting, which was hilarious because I weighed $125, soaking wet with a brick in each pocket, taking weightlifting, and it was pretty hilarious. I got no bigger. Like they even tried to help me out in class. They were like, start eating a lot of protein. We're going to get you bigger. I never got any bigger. It didn't matter what I lifted. I lifted like pretty much every day throughout the week and never got any bigger.
You probably had a Marlboro hanging out your mouth too while you were lifting weights.
Like, hold my cigarette while I pick this up.
Ironically enough, once a year or once a semester, we do. We instead of just like when we ran in ROTC, they usually let the senior student direct traffic, and you follow them, and you run down to where we had to run to, which was like you ran down the street from the high school, and then you came back. Well, once every semester, they did it as an actual graded thing. So the teacher had to run with us, and it was funny because I would literally be running down the road. And like I'd light up a cigarette. Well, as soon as we got out of school, I have it in my waistband and my running shorts, and I'd pull it out and stick it in my mouth and like I'd light it up, and then I'd just keep pace. And everybody's like, "How are you doing that?" I was like, "I'm 16. This is the best shape I'm going to be in. If running with a cigarette in your mouth is ever going to happen, now is going to be the time to do it because it's not even going to register." And
like a true Dale Gerbil from King of the Hill.
Yeah, it really. I was headed that way. I also loved conspiracy theories. So when King of the Hill started, that's my guy right there.
Yeah.
I started carrying sand around in my fucking pocket.
Hilarious.
And I was like, he's in the gun club. I'm down because I was on the rifle team. I was like, I'm down. Which is another thing that's kind of weird. I bet you they don't have that anymore.
No, not over here.
We have air rifle teams here.
Okay, I was about to say there were air rifles when we were in school, but still, I didn't know if they would.
I'm the coach of the local American Legion one.
God, we had truck row at our high school. all the four-wheel trucks were parked in the same spot, and every single one of them every day, windows rolled down and had a gun in the gun rack.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah, I went to one of those high schools too.
And it's like one of those deals where like you would never think to mess with it or do anything or
That ended right when I came into high school because I think Columbine was my 9th grade year, so that immediately ended all that.
Those guys. Yeah, all those guys would go hunting before they came to school.
Mm-hmm.
So they would just have all their gear in the truck.
I remember looking at a friend of mine one day. He showed up to school head to toe in like camo t-shirt, camo pants, and boots. And I was like, "You going hunting after school?" He's like, "I already went." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I got up at like 3 a.m. Was in the woods, breakfast all good, in the woods by 5. School starts at 8. I just sat in the woods and went hunting." I was like, "Did you get anything?" He was like, "Nah, I didn't even." He was like, "I didn't even take my gun off safe. I just wanted to go." And I was like, "What?" Okay, all
Just
right.
in the woods.
I will say this:
we always went after school.
I found out later on in life when I started deer hunting heavily that the best sleep you will ever get is laying up against a tree in the woods. Ever, as long as your neck doesn't hurt, is the greatest sleep. It's so peaceful. I can't tell you how many deer probably walked up, smelled me, and walked off, and I didn't even know they were there. I'm like, why have I never seen anything? Joe, you'll love this. I fell asleep in a deer stand one time. That was terrifying.
Really, I love sleeping in a deer stand. Then you know you're safe.
Yeah.
I didn't, because when I opened my eyes, my head was down, and all I seen was the ground, and I was like, "Oh God!" And I looked around for a minute, like, "Where was I at?" Oh my God!
Y'all joking, but I've been gearing up doing my spotting now for this next hunting season, where I'm looking for where I'm going to set my stands and stuff. Got a couple of trail cams out. I love deer meat.
Oh yeah! Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I remember one year I was dating this girl, and she had kids and stuff like that, and I just didn't tell them. And I made burgers, and they were sitting there just chowing down. They were like, "This is so good," and I was like, "You guys like how Bambi tastes?" And they were like, "What?" I was like, "That's deer." And they were like, and immediately the oldest one was like, and started spitting it out. I was like, "You're halfway through it now. You were loving it. Nope, you might as well finish it."
We used to do the same thing. We make our own sausage, our own hamburger, and you add a little bit of beef fat or pork fat to it, whatever which one you're making. And my daughter, for the longest time, I mean, we were in the military, and of course, I would go hunting whenever I was home, and like that was a huge offset of cost for us, even on the military bases.
Well, yeah.
If you went shopping or something like that. And then we still do today. I hunt, and we got a little garden for herbs and stuff like that. We're very we're not like preppers or anything. We just don't like spending money.
You preparing for the end of the world, Joe? Nope, just cheap. Just cheap.
Aren't we all doing that right now? Like legitimately?
That's one of the greatest. That's one of the greatest reels I've seen. Is just what are you gonna do when we're surviving the end of the world? And it's like, aren't we doing that now?
We're doing that now.
What's up, CU22? Have a good one. Oh yeah. Oh, he missed our whole conversation. Good. He's going to watch it now. He can be disappointed later. Oh man. All right, guys. Well, it's been 2 hours. I appreciate y'all coming on, hanging out. Anytime y'all
Thanks for
want
the
to come
invite.
back,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
let me know. I just wanted to hang out and see how this goes, and this is pretty fun. So I think I'm going to make this a regular thing. So I want to thank everybody. Let's go through. Anybody want to say their goodbyes? Got coming up, and we're getting out of here.
Yeah, I'll do unboxing video at some point. I've got some stuff to.
You're adding to it.
Yeah, what's that little box, Gemini? What's that?
That came in this week. That's
okay,
new.
that's new.
Yeah, I got to do a unboxing video this week, and then of course doing the Between the Lines with Roscoe if he recovers from COVID in time on Monday at 8:30 p.m. We'll be drawing, and we encourage the chat to join along. So I'm going to see if I can knock the rust off and start drawing again. So that's Monday.
All right. Rob.
So, low grades, 7 o'clock Friday nights. Hang out with us. That's about it.
That's it.
That's it,
I knew
man.
that was going to be quick and easy.
I've got Mail Call on Monday. We've got Comic Book Worm on the 411 on Friday.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah, that's a good one. He was a good guest. And Breakfast with Brian on Saturday, and I'm sure I'll have something else. I'm going to do a couple. I've got two. I want to do 2 live streams. I want to get some people to come on. I actually talked about it with Brad when he was on the 411 about a panel to kind of discuss YouTube and what it takes to go in, making a channel and just all the craziness that happens with YouTube. So if anybody's interested in joining that, I don't know when I'm going to do it. I'm trying to figure out a good day when there's not too many other people streaming. So, and another live stream to talk about the Comic Book Community Awards, just all of the finalists, kind of just run through it and, let everybody kind of talk about the, who made the finalist list and things like that. So, if anybody's interested, just shoot me a message on Instagram.
When is that going to be?
I'm not sure yet. I got to kind of figure out a date. I'm leaning towards maybe like a Monday night or a Thursday night. They seem to be lighter nights. That most of the there's not too many other live streams going on, but we can work around schedule. So I'm pretty flexible. So.
And last but definitely not least, the evil lair man himself.
Right. So I have 2 channels here on YouTube. I'm a bit of an over-accomplisher. Every Thursday over at Pocan Joe Comic Book Reviews, I pick up my weekly haul and I'll have a review for you where we kind of dive into some of the things that maybe you don't hear about and other people talking about inside the comic books. We dive into a lot of the psychology and philosophy and things and just what's pedantic. And I'll give you my subjective view by all means. It's nothing I'm not an influencer, just telling you my opinions. And then I have Evil Lair Projects and Builds. We dropped a video tonight where I made a trident and we're sending it to Remy Q. On that channel, we take comic book concepts, thoughts, things that you can make, and we make it and we send it to somebody. So we just made the trident for Remy Q. I just dropped that video today. That's something, if you like watching a guy sweat it out, that's definitely the channel to watch there.
Nice. All right. Thanks for everybody watching. I'm going to try to make this a regular thing. I love doing this hangout thing with no set cast and people jumping in and out, talking about whatever. So y'all have a good one. Thank you, Roscoe. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I will see y'all around. Peace.
See you.
Grades for life.